Hey there. My name's Sandy McClure, and I am going to be coaching the Activate Your Summer Challenge starting on June 1st. I want to welcome you, and I'm so excited that you chose to be here. It's not too late to get friends to join you. It's always fun to have an accountability partner. We can have that within the group too. But I encourage you to let people know, hey, I'm going to do something fun. I'm going to be engaged because you know what? Summer is all about fun. And if you're across the world and it's winter, you can still get accountability partners. We have people from all over the world doing these challenges, and they're so much fun. So, what does it entail? If you've never done these before, you guys, what I want you to understand is that this is all about simple, basic daily habits. And I think that we're being just deluged with all of this stuff out there that do this, red light therapy, everything to try to get a handle on your wellness when really all it takes is for you to focus on some small daily disciplines. And I've done that for years. And so I'm going to be 62 years old. I was going to say 61, but I'm going to be 62 years old July 4th. And I feel incredible, both at the cellular level and the physical level. And I want you to know that no matter where you're at right now, we can get you feeling better, but you have to make a decision, okay? And this is just a 30-day challenge for you to kind of tell yourself what you're prove to yourself the things that you can do. We have a lot of people who say, I get started, I'm excited for a few days, and then I always fall off. But you know what? That's what the group is for, to keep you going. It's not about perfection. I got this checklist here, you guys. You can choose the things that you want to do. A lot of times people try to do too much. So maybe you want to pick two or three things out of this list and just focus on them for a month. Then when you've got them locked in, you can join our next challenge, which we'll be having a lot of these. And then you can add. And pretty soon, those are just things that you do. It feels good. It makes your body feel good, your mind feel good, and you just want to feel that way all of the time. And so you just incorporate these into your daily habits. That's what's happened to me, and I love it. And so I want you to know that I understand being a busy mom. I understand being a caregiver of people. I understand all of that. I've kind of lived it. And here's the thing, you guys, I'm never going to ask you to do something I'm not willing to do myself. So I'm going to be doing this right along with you. As a matter of fact, I've actually already started just because I want to be in tip-top form. And basically for me, it's just getting back on track, just kind of, making sure that I'm doing all the things. And rest is one of those things that I don't take care of myself the most. And I think that you guys are going to understand rest and water, getting water intake. Those will be two of the hugest pillars that will make the biggest difference in your life. And I know for some of you, rest is hard to get, but I think that if we focus on those things, we can make it happen. So what does this list entail? It's going to come to you in the email, and it's also going to be in our coaching group, A Life Well Lived. And in that, on this list, it has two workouts. Now, two workouts. I don't want you to think you have to join a gym. I don't want you to feel like you have to go get an expensive app. I'm going to be giving you, this will be different. This is the first time I've done this in my challenge groups, but I am actually going to give you a recommended meal plan that's high protein. And then, but it's not a diet. Okay. You have to understand that. It's just a recommended meal plan that's got recipes and a shopping list. And then we also have, I am also going to give you some suggested exercises. I am not a licensed nutritionist. I am not a licensed, I'm not a licensed trainer, personal trainer, but they're just suggestions. Make sure that you consult with whoever it is you need to consult with before you do this, if you feel like that's necessary, okay? But for me, I've got stuff for beginners, and then I can recommend, I have friends who are in the fitness business, and they do apps or they do workouts, and if you're looking for something like that, then just ask me. I'm not going to charge you for any of the coaching. I'm not here to monetize what I'm doing. I'm here to make sure that you get on the right track to feeling better and in a lifestyle that makes a difference, something that's manageable for you. Okay, so if you're in that realm, we're here to help you. I can adjust these recipes and things to fit your style. All you need to do is let me know. Okay, so another one, two workouts. So for me, I love walking, you guys, and a 15-minute walk in the morning and then in the evening, great. I like to have two separate workouts so that you can be moving your body intentionally for the sake of movement twice a day. You guys, the best time to take a walk is right after dinner to help you digest that food and to help with your glycemic levels, your blood sugar levels. And so that would be a great time to do that. What I'm going to recommend you do here in the next few days before this challenge starts is plan. Take a look at your calendar and say, where can I fit in a consistent 15 minutes? Okay. It's pretty doable. For me, it's bright and early in the morning before anybody else wakes up, before I look at my phone, before I ever start talking to people. I get that workout in, I get my reading in, and I get a lot of water drank before I even start my day by looking at my phone, because then nothing interrupts what I'm doing. And then I make time for later in the day to get that done. And, as I said, a stroll after dinner would be great. It doesn't have to be walking if that's what you want. But for me, I like to have one workout outside at least. And so I enjoy walking outside, and I walk longer than 15 minutes, but try for 15. We always want you to just start small, and then you can work your way up if that's something that you want to do. I am going to include a walking challenge in here, a step challenge to help you try to increase your steps. You can do half of that. Whatever it is, just 1% better is all that we ask that you try to do. And then you'll realize, oh, I'm capable of this and I can stick with it. Okay. Water is super important, you guys. That's another thing on the checklist. We want you drinking half your weight in ounces every day. So if you weigh 200 pounds, then you're going to drink 100 ounces of water. And people say, well, does that count if I mix like tea or something in there? And I don't care. But I'd really like for you just to get used to drinking water. Your body's going to start craving it, and that's going to flush out all that gunk in your body, all those toxins, and your skin's going to improve, all of the things. And I'm 62 years old, and I feel like my skin looks pretty good. I credit a lot of that to the water that I drink and the skincare that I use. Okay, but I'm not fancy by any means. So drinking that water is super important. It's going to help with your digestive health as well. Okay. The next thing, a book, and I'll always recommend this, you guys. Reason being is because we tend to read, but we don't read, we're scrolling and reading and things like that. Reading, you know, a novel is great, but let's try to find a self-improvement book or something that we're going to learn from. And I'm telling you, it's going to turn your brain on and help you think. And that's going to, it's going to like exercising your brain. I've got a few that I'm going to recommend you guys. I love this book, Good Energy. It goes right along with what I teach with the activation part of it, which again is not required, but I highly, highly encourage you. And I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Outlive. If you guys would read this book, I'm telling you, it's going to blow your mind what food and things that are around us do to us. And you guys, we can make those trends different. Here's another really great book, Miracle Morning, on just daily habits. I love this one by John Maxwell, Intentional Living, Living for Purpose. This is one I always recommend. Those of you who've done this before, this is a great book, and I read it at least once a year. It's so amazing, and it gets you right back on track. And here's another one that I just like this one. What on earth am I here for? And so you can see those are all self-help or just encouragement books, helping you grow. And that's a big part of it, you guys. And I actually want you to read, not do the book on tape. I want you to take the time to take the discipline to sit down, take time away from everything and read if you can, if that's one of the things that you choose. Okay. If you can't do it every night, check that list as many times as you can. And I think that you're going to fall in love with reading too, as much as you're going to fall in love with water. You're going to fall in love with resting your body. I will tell you that a dehydrated body and a body that doesn't get enough sleep if you're struggling with weight loss, your body is not going to lose weight if you're not hydrating it enough, if you're not getting enough sleep, and if you can't reduce that stress. You want to know how I know that? Because I've lived it. Okay. The next thing, you guys, is what I'm going to do. I'm giving you a suggested meal plan. You don't have to do that. But what I'm going to ask you to kind of focus on, and I know it's summer and you're going to have a lot of fun, but that gives the opportunity for barbecues, fresh food, fresh produce, things like that. I want you to reduce processed foods and as much as possible, okay? As much as you can cook from scratch, that is the best. And I will have a little segment um in the guide for meal prep and showing you how to do that to make it easier for you. I'll tell you what, meal prep takes a little bit, but it saves you so much time throughout the week. If you're busy, you got ball games, all the things that summer brings, that's a great time to do meal prep. So I'm going to help you with all of that, okay? I'm here to help you. I want you to succeed. Um, if we could eliminate or at least reduce alcohol consumption, you guys, and give your body a break, that would be great. I'm not trying to tell you how to live, but just maybe reducing that a little bit could also reduce some of the stress factors that you don't even know bring with that, some of the sugars in alcohol, the processed sugar, processed foods, all of that, you guys, if we can go back to as natural as possible, you will feel the inflammation leave your body. You certainly will. My watch, when I really start paying attention, goes, I lose a notch or I gain a notch, however you want to say it, because my wrist just gets looser. The inflammation goes away. You'll see it. I want you guys to take pictures. I don't have that as a requirement on here, but I want you to take pictures. Those can be for your eyes only, but I want you to especially take a picture of your face from the beginning of the challenge to the end of the challenge. And that can just be a snapshot or whatever. And then if you want to, and I do, I take pictures with a blank background and tight clothes. I wear really tight clothes and then a plain background so there's not a lot of clutter in it so you can see. And guys, if you've seen some of the pictures of me on Facebook with this shirt on, it used to be so tight and now it's just loose. And it's fun to wear some tight clothing and just see how you outgrow it or reduce it, I guess I should say. So anyway, taking a picture from the front, and you can do this with your camera on your phone. You can set the timer, set your phone up, take a picture at same distance, same lighting, same time of day. You don't have to do it every day, but I'd say every 10 days, see the difference in 10, 20, 30 days. Okay, I'm not a big scale person. I'm going to tell you, I think it's important for you to know how much you weigh, but I'm not a big person about losing weight because there's a difference between losing weight and losing fat. And you can see somebody who weighs 130 pounds standing next to another person who weighs 130 pounds. They could look completely different because of muscle as opposed to fat. So if you think about a big old pile of marshmallows, you guys, and then you think of an apple, okay? An apple is very firm and thin, but it could weigh even more than that big old thing of marshmallows. But the marshmallows look bigger because they're bigger, okay? They're fluffier. I'm trying to be nice about this, but I'm telling you, if we can reduce that fat, if we can get some lean muscle, I don't care what age you are, and that can happen over time, you'll understand and your clothes are going to fit better and everything, okay? Again, I really encourage you 7 to 8 hours of sleep. It's so important. If you can, put the phones away, keep them out of your room, get a good night's sleep. And if you've got little ones, try to get stuff done so that you can get to bed. I know that a lot of people, that's the time I work when my kids go to bed, but try to keep up with it throughout the day so that you can get your rest when you need it, okay? And then the last thing on the list is activators or any kind of supplements that you use. But I am always going to talk to you about activation because I'm obligated to. You do not have to listen to me. It doesn't have to be something that you choose to do. But I will tell you that if I have to tell you this little yellow pill, look how pretty this little sparkly bottle is, guys. This little yellow pill started it all for me. This one small pill, ashwagandha, bacopa, green tea extract, milk thistle, and turmeric. That's what's included in there. I got to pull this shade down. Sun just came out. But all of those ingredients are in this tiny little pill, and it's that formulation that makes a difference. So you may take all of those things, but this reduces oxidative stress by a minimum of 40% in 30 days, you guys. That is a game changer for so many people. I will never not take this. That's where it starts. I'm a big proponent of that. Get back with the person who invited you to this group challenge, and they can talk to you a little bit more about that. if you're interested. If you're not, that's okay. There's no purchase necessary here, but I am going to give you the information because that's what's helped me and helped so many others. And it's kind of why we do this because we want people to have a healthy, long life. Okay, so welcome. I'm sorry that was so long, but I want to welcome you. I'm excited. Again, you still have time to invite friends, even if you're watching this on June 1st. You still have time to invite friends because you know what? There's never a delay or never a bad time to start. You just have to make that decision. You know what? I'm going to do this. I don't have to be perfect, but I'm going to hang in there, and you will be surprised at what happens in 30 days. I'm also going to be giving away some fun stuff. You guys, I've got tons of shaker bottles. Um, I've got lots of product. I've got these grounding mats. I've got a Fitbit. I'm going to be giving those away for people who are engaged and really working with this. So know that you're going to have an opportunity to do that too. But the most important thing is that you're part of this community. You matter. We're excited to have you here, and I'm looking forward to it. Be watching for the emails and make sure that you get connected in a Life Well Lived, our Facebook group, where I'll be doing most of the coaching. Have a great rest of your day and make sure that you bring a friend.